Hi everybody, so this is actually the third time I have tried to do this video. The first two times I tried to do a video, something just didn't feel quite right about the video. Either like the message didn't feel right that I was conveying, or I just didn't like the way I approached it or whatever. It didn't feel complete. So ironically, now my story is complete, so I can share it. So let's start with Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So Wednesday was my birthday. Woohoo, my birthday. And I'm officially in my mid-30s now. And my husband and I decided, well, we didn't decide. I decided that I wanted to go to Home Depot. As many of you know, we're in the middle of a cabin build, and what better way to celebrate your mid-30s than to go to Home Depot and look for stuff for your cabin, right? So I didn't want anything crazy and elaborate or anything like that. Frankly, I prefer to have our money put towards the house versus putting it towards, like shoes or something. I don't know. Anyways, so my husband and I went to Home Depot. We went to Home Depot with the intentions of buying a stove. As many of you also know, that we were living in a camper. The camper has mold, so we literally can't really pull anything too much out of it, in all honesty, without worries of contaminating our new cabin. Just like the brand new AC unit, the Mr. Cool U-shaped AC unit that we bought last summer to go in our camper, we can't use it. We could, and we could probably bleach it, but I still don't feel comfortable with that, considering how bad I reacted to the mold that was in our camper. And my husband doesn't feel real comfortable with that either. So the other day when we went to Home Depot, we also bought a new Mr. Cool U-shaped AC unit. So we got the AC unit and we went to go buy the stove, and we go to the guy at the the Home Depot whatever ordering thing for the kitchen area, and he's like, oh, well, the next available delivery date we have is Saturday. And we're like, well, that doesn't work because we observe the Sabbath on Saturday, and we don't work, and we don't allow anybody to work for us per the Bible. And so he's like, okay. He's like, well, the only delivery dates we have currently available that are anytime soon are all Saturdays. There is a delivery date in like September 29th on a Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. It was like way far away. And we're like, well, that's not really going to work either, because we're wanting to actually move into the cabin this weekend, a week-ish. So we're really excited because we're going to be back on property again. And we're like, well, that doesn't really work. And so we literally looked at it as, all right, yeah, obviously we're not meant to buy the stove right now. It's not a big deal. Like, we'll figure something out. I mean, in my head, I'm thinking, well, if all else fails, I'll cook on our camp stove, like little 2-burner propane thing, for a while until we figure it out. We'll set the money aside for the stove that we already have, and we'll leave it like that. And so, because we were getting a gas stove as well too, I need to also preface that, because we have to get a gas burning stove. We're going solar / off-grid definitely in the beginning. So we have to have stuff that can run without electricity. So we had to have a gas burning stove. So I was like, it's fine, I'll do like my little camp stove for a while until we figure something out. So not wanting to just leave Home Depot immediately, because I wanted to do, fun stuff, like check stuff out, check out kitchen stuff and everything else. I wanted to go look at flooring. So we decided to go look at flooring, and we looked at flooring, and we weren't planning on buying any flooring, but we saw flooring for $1.19 a square foot, and it's the laminate hardwood, normally $4.59 a square foot, marked down to $1.19. The reason it was marked down is because they only had like 450 square feet of it, which is exactly what we needed. So we got flooring. We're like, okay, well, and it didn't pull money from the stove. We had extra money for the flooring and everything like that. So we didn't have money for flooring, because flooring was supposed to cost like $1,400-ish. And that's going with like the $250-ish type of flooring. But we were able to get flooring for all our cabin, minus the bathroom, which we were going to do different flooring anyways, for a little over $500, which is amazing. It was marked 75% off. We were so happy. We knew it was a God thing. When we went to check out at the register, the lady at the register, actually, the Home Depot lady, was even like, oh my gosh, this is God. Like, it's perfect size for you guys, blah, blah, blah. It's been sitting there for a while now, and everything else. And so she recognized that. Well, we told our friends the stories. We told some of our friends and our family the story of, like, we weren't able to get the stove. Obviously, that was God's way of saying, like, this is not your time to get this. We were able to get the flooring instead, which we weren't even going to get flooring anytime soon, but praise Yah, we were able to, because that will make, getting other things in the cabin a lot easier, because we won't have to worry about like flooring and stuff like that. Plus, it'll be a lot easier for the baby to move around on. So we were really thrilled about that. But that's not where the story ends. So even after that, the next day, I'm talking to a friend of ours. I'm at the office working, and the kiddos with me, and we're talking, and I say to him something about our stove, and he's like, hey, I actually found that same exact stove at a discount store, like a scratch and dent, basically. And I was like, okay, well, hey, let's look at it online. So he looked at it online, and it was like $300 off, basically. And when I say scratch and dent, like, you couldn't even really tell in the pictures where the dents were or the scratches. So I was like, shoot, heck yeah, let's go look for it. Let's go look at it. Well, I had my husband and our friend go look at it because he had a truck that they could load it into. They went to it, and I kid you not, guys, the dents are like this big by like that deep. Like, they're tiny. Like, one's on the side where it's literally going to be in the cabinet area, so you're not even going to see it. And one's like on the front door, and there's a few scratches on the handle of the oven. That's it. It still has the conversion kit to go from natural gas to propane gas. It is the exact stove that I wanted that was at Home Depot. And again, it was like, this is bottom of the line gas stove. There's no digital display, no nothing. Like, it is a normal size stove, which I'm super excited about. After 2.5 years in a camper with a camper stove, I'm really excited to buy a 13x9 pan, and it actually fit in my oven. But it looks brand new. Like, it literally looks brand new. The dents you could have gotten on it that were already on it literally could have been something that we did unloading it at the house. Like, but it was $300 off. So at Home Depot, it was on sale for $608, but it normally costs like $730. And we bought this stove for like barely over $400. Again, this is a Yah thing. Like, we got flooring for 75% off. We got a stove for almost 50% off that is brand new. Like, it's never been used. It just had a couple tiny dents in it, and it worked just fine. And so it's one of those things that it's an absolute miracle, because now this allows us to have money for other things as well, too. We were able to buy the AC unit that we needed. So, but we still have money left over for other things that we need as well. Now, yes, we are buying some interior stuff when we don't have all the drywall up yet, and we don't have the metal roofing on yet, but it's one of those things that, like, there's different things that take different, like, for us to move in, we need X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't need a toilet right now. We need a composting toilet, so we need to go get peat moss kind of deal. There's stuff like that. Like, it's not the same as if you were building a house from like brand new construction and like having everything done before you move in. So there's that. But it's one of those things that, like, I really want to talk about and share, that if Yah is saying no, like, Yah said no to the stove. We could have theoretically waited until like September or whatever and gotten the stove in, and I could have cooked on the camp stove and stuff like that. But it's one of those things, or I could have been like, to heck with, following our belief system. I want a stove, and I want to deliver it on Saturday. And it would have cost us $300 more. So sometimes when Yah is saying no, like, don't do this, like, stop, you just stop and be like, okay, obviously there's something else going on. That's literally what I thought. I was like, okay, Yah obviously doesn't want us getting this stove. Maybe there's another stove out there that's better or better priced or whatever. So we waited, and look what happened. Literally a day later, we have a same exact stove for $300 cheaper. And we were able to get flooring because we went to Home Depot for that stove, and then that stove wasn't available, but the flooring was. So again, it all kind of works out. And like in this time, like, yeah, we want to get back home. We want to get back in our house, in our cabin, even though it's not finished. We still want to get in it and be there on the property and work on it as a family and everything else. So we want that, but at the same time, we know and we have to remember that this is also still in all God's timing. So we can't force things to happen sooner than they should. We can't make things happen sooner than they should. And if, like with the stove, Yah's literally saying no, we just wait. And yeah, maybe a little bit more inconvenient for a little while, or he has a miracle waiting right around the corner for you. You just have to wait and be patient. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's really exciting for me, honestly, to see how Yah worked and how he was working with us and for us. Because again, gosh, this total savings are over $1,000 basically. And that's amazing, like absolutely amazing. And so we're super thankful for that. And I can't wait, like, I really can't wait. I can't wait to have a normal size stove. But we're very excited about it. And like I said, we'll be living in the cabin while it's unfinished, and we'll be working on it. We have very, very little furniture, in all honesty, because we got rid of 95% of our furniture when we moved from Florida. Like beds, like we don't have beds and stuff like that. We have cots and air mattresses that we'll be sleeping on. But it's one of those things, again, we just wait and see how things work out. But we're really excited about it, and I wanted to share that with you guys because I wanted to remind all of you to be mindful. It's in Yah's timing, and if you work with him, man, guys, it's awesome, and it's better than anything you can plan for, because obviously I didn't plan for this, and it's way better than what I planned for. So I just want to share that with y'all. Hope y'all have a great day. Bye.